My clock says, not this one.
Okay, can y'all hear me back there? Everybody hear me okay? Let's stop, wait a minute. We're gonna test something, we're gonna do a test. We'll ask commissioners to do a test, 1, 2, 3, each one. 1, 2, 3. You hear Commissioner King?
Here, Lee.
Do it again.
Just move the mic a little closer to us, guys.
Can you hear me now? Yes.
Check. Mic check. 1, 2, 3.
Right here? Pardon?
Anybody hear me out there?
Yeah.
Our voice usually carries pretty good anyhow.
Okay. We'll put in some more speakers, hopefully we can leave the air conditioner running. And y'all can hear us with this, more speakers out there. This is our 4th Monday of the month regular meeting of the Commissioners Court of April the 25th. We'll call this meeting to order. (2022). Good call. Okay, I'm going to skip around on you a little bit, Mrs. Clerk. We're going to move down. We've been asked to move on now to item number 10. Receive an update on the 2021 property appraisals from the Chief Appraiser Shirley Burrows. The picture and have it there. They're wanting to get theirs out of the way so they can go back to work. So, if you would please come up and to the mic. Thank you.
Thank you. Good afternoon. This is an update on our 2022 appraisals. They're almost complete. We've just had very little growth in local properties. All those appraisals have been completed except for some business personal property accounts. Our open space valuation schedules have been recalculated with income and expense information that we have received from landowners in the Loving County Ag Board. Some of the dates for everyone to know, you commissioners and the judge and the public, is April 15th. That was when the business personal property renditions were due, unless an extension was requested, until May 15th, and we've had several of those. April 30th, that's when we will certify the preliminary values to the entities. Of course, that number will change by certification. May 4th is when the local notices of appraised values are scheduled to be mailed. May 10th is when the MIUP notices will be mailed, which is the mineral, industrial, utility, and related personal property. After the notices are mailed, the taxpayers will have 30 days to address any concerns with the appraisal district, or they may file a formal protest with the ARB. June 3rd is going to be the deadline for the local property protest. June 16th for the MIUP protest. July 8th is when we're going to have our ARB hearings. They will be held in person, by affidavit, or by telephone conference. May 25th is the date by which we will certify values to the entity so they can begin their processes. August 7th, we will mail postcards out directing the taxpayers to the tax transparency website, where they will find information relating to proposed tax rates, estimated taxes, tax rate hearing dates, adopted tax rates as they become available. That website address is texastaxtransparency.com/loving. And that the state is posting that for all the counties, and then you can go into your individual counties to see all that information. And then you can also go to our website, the Appraisal District website, lovingcag.org, and we have lots of information out there. Thank you, and I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Marsh to give you an update on the mineral side, and we appreciate your time.
Afternoon, gentlemen. Presented you guys with a package there that we've got in front of you, and it's just a continuation of what we see each year that we bring to you. Kind of gives you the historical context of what's going on a worldwide scale, price of oil and gas, and what affects that. either upwards or down. Study on that. And then that third page, guys, now we're kind of dialing it in. And as you know, per section 23-175 of the Property Tax Code, we're required to use a reference price, adjusted starting price per barrel per MCF of gas. This is showing you what that's done throughout time. As you can see, 22 was good. The only point that we've, in time, in recent history, that we've been above the mark that we're currently at was back in 2014. So we're even looking better than 2019 going into this appraisal season. That reference price for crude oil this year, 2022, is $68.21 a barrel, which doesn't sound real good, seeing as how currently we're seeing $100 barrel oil, but you got to remember where we came from off of 2021. Gentlemen, that's 52.3% increase in that starting price. You couple that with the increased production in the new properties that we have drilled. More good news for Loving County. On the gas side, the reference price is $3.91 an MCF. That represents a 24.92% increase in that starting price over 2021. So again, both good things. The last page there that you have, front and back, that's dealing with oil and gas production overall in Loving County, liquids also in the condensate, in the casing head gas. So you can see the trend there on pretty well everything that we're looking at is upwards as of January 1, 2022. This is our date of appraisal. The answer to the famous question is 8,805 producing leases, Loving County, January 1, 2022, or December, as of 12/31/2021.
Oh, actual oil, okay.
Or any liquid, yes, sir. So that's combined. So,
How many did you say were properties, oil and gas properties? 44,000?
if you include the royalty and the working interest,
Yes.
so the total 8 acres, we've got 44,661 different owners. And it looks good, gentlemen. And that item count, Judge, has increased. That's 4,916 more than we finished up 21 with.
That's fantastic.
Just finished the first quarter, still.
And if we can get it all keyed in and get it out to notice, we're going to pull it off one more time. So, I thank the gentleman for taking the time. If you got any questions, we'll be happy to answer.
Questions, I'll have questions. No? Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Receiving that update, we'll take care of that one. We'll move back up then to item number 4. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Chief.
Yes, sir.
Discussed approved minutes from the April 11th, 2022 Commissioners Court meeting. This is time to work with those commissioners, see if there's anything that you see is needs adding or taken away or amended. Have a motion by Commissioner Hopper to approve the minutes of April 11th, and a second by Commissioner Cook. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Do we have any participation forms? I'm sorry?
No one's heard anything into it.
Okay. Moving on then to budget amendments and adjustments, we received those in the emails, Commissioners.
I'll make a motion.
Have a motion by Commissioner King, here a second.
I'll second.
Second by Commissioner Renfria. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? And also our bills, we received those through the email from our county auditor. The motion to approve those.
I'll make a motion. I'll second it.
Have a motion by Commissioner King and a second by Commissioner Hopper. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. When the name was on there, you do. The name on there?
Yes.
Yeah, you better. Thank you. Approved financial report, also that was sent to us through the email.
I'll make a motion.
A motion by Commissioner Ritchie, is there a second?
I'll second it.
A second by Commissioner Hopper. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And received the sheriff's monthly activity report this time. Didn't get it. We didn't get it? Okay, then we won't take any action there. Moving on down, we're going to take care of number 10. Moving on down to number 11, as to approve Acadian Ambulance Services adding a crash recovery EMS member to the team for the rate of $15,000 a month. And this person would operate the, oh, there's Terry, you can come, yeah, you can tell us.
Judge. Appreciate the opportunity. Kerry Skelton, Safety Management Systems and Acadian Ambulance. So this is actually for 2 EMS rescue techs. Two. So one for each part of the month. They would be here 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. So it add 2 personnel to the staff, allow us to fully staff and man the rescue rig 24/7, 365. To give you an idea of what it costs, I know $15,000 looks like a lot per month. It's actually 2 personnel, all their benefits, and anybody that's in the industry knows it's about 25% of what salary is on top of salary for benefits. They make about $60,000 a year. So it's about, what is that, $62.50 a month. That gives us a margin of about $2,000 take home for the company. It's not a lot of money, but it would bring a lot of services to the region. We have a trained firefighter EMT that's formally trained as a rescue tech. So not only for fire suppression, but rescue and the oil and gas industry, any of our homes, people here in town, as well as to run the extrication tools, because that has been pretty tough. A lot of times myself or the clinic medic will have to shut down the clinic, jump in the rescue, back up Harlan, get out there and cut people out. And in the event that we had a critical patient, that rescue tech would accompany the ambulance to the hospital if we had a really sick person that really needed more attention. And they would, of course, be formally trained up to the EMT basic level at least. We're trying to get paramedics. It's pretty tough right now to find paramedics. And we're lucky to have a paramedic on every ambulance in Logan County. I don't know if you guys realize, but last year the National Registry normally certifies 15,000 people a year. they certified 700 during COVID. So we're 3 to 5 years behind on just catching up to what staffing requirements were in 2020. And of course, people have been retiring, getting out of the field, so it's been pretty tough. But we do have people in the queue, kind of in the chute, so to speak, ready to release and waiting on this proposal. And appreciate you guys discussing it and considering us for the work.
And hold on a second. I talked to our county attorney, and he said it's in our contract for this service. If you got an opinion.
Right.
And
I believe it was in the original contract too. We just didn't really see a need at the time.
Right.
And staffing was a problem in the last 2 years. But we wanted to bring it before the commissioners because it was more money and we felt that it needed to be discussed in open court, even though it had been approved earlier yesterday.
And also, we have it in our budget.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't aware of that part.
We'll have to do a budget amendment because I only budgeted at $45,000 a month, and this will make it $60,000 a month.
Yes, ma'am.
I thought we had budget for a fire.
Or maybe, but this is going to Acadian, it's going to have to go over under that line item, and I'm only budgeted at $45,000 for Acadian. And this would be
Because originally
60.
it was under OHSI.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
And it may still say OHSI in the budget, but there's money in the budget to move it, but I will have to do you will see a budget amendment, I will have to do a budget amendment.
Okay.
So do we need to, we don't necessarily need to approve that, do we? Or,
Well, we don't have to, because we approved the contract, when we have the money in the budget.
I wish you would go ahead and do it.
And that's kind of way out my mind.
in that case, I make the motion to approve.
Thank you. I'll second that motion. All right, thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Terry. A motion by Commissioner King and a second by Commissioner Cook to approve this crash recovery EMS member to the team.
Actually, 2 members, Judge, 2 members.
What is that?
It'll be 2 EMS members that you're hiring, yes, sir, for Acadian.
They're gonna be on staff at the same time?
No, 1, 2 weeks at a time, but the way this writes, it looks like it's only 1 person being hired, it's actually 2. Adding 2 EMS members.
2 weeks on, 2 weeks off?
Yes, sir.
But we only have 1 out there in the field?
Right, but you're
Okay.
paying for 2 people, yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Do we vote on that?
No.
Okay. We got a motion to second, right?
Me and Brad.
All right, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Next item is to consider obtaining a change order proposal from LCA and James Hamilton Construction for paving Mentone Town streets 1 block south on Pecos, 1 block on McClure, and 2 blocks on Buffalo. We put that on that map. Yeah, there we go. Commissioners, you look in your little handout or your pamphlets. Got to highlight. What we're asking for is over by the Horseshoe convenience store. South of it is a truck parking lot, and then south of that truck parking lot, they're putting in an RV park. If you haven't already noticed. Y'all noticed that? You see that? And to help this along, what I'm proposing is to get a cost proposal from LCA and Hamilton, James Hamilton Construction, to pave 1 block of Pecos Street going south to McClure Street, and then pave McClure back from that intersection back to the west to intersect County Road 200. And then up north, the end of town, if you don't already know, we're wanting to make Dallas Street coming off of 302 going north and turning into County Road 300. That is going to, once it's finished, is going to be a one-way going north, Dallas is. And then the traffic coming south of 300 into town will be coming into Pecos Street, going one way, going south to intersect State Highway 302. Having said that, then to get to the block 32, block 31, and block 30, if you go past Sweet Street, it goes east and west, instead of having to go all the way up to a U-turn on County Road 300 to come back in one way or vice versa. Paving that, what I've marked as Buckley, but I put a big question mark there. I just gave it a name. That doesn't have to be it. It can be anything. We can call it Apple Street if we want to, or Tomato. But I just gave it that, just so we'll know what we're talking about. And we already own that property. It would catch the intersection of Midland Street, Dallas Street, and Pecos Street. And then talking to Commissioner Hopper, whenever we make that one way going north on Dallas Street, and then where it intersects at the Y, that's where the split will be, the one ways. One going north, one going south. To get on the county road, it's 100 by name only. Well, for a little ways, it's county road. This person's on private. But we'll need to design some kind of a path to get across from Dallas Street to County Road 100.
Are you talking like a deceleration lane, like a right turn lane?
Well, that's something there to get across without having to do a U-turn or get on the one way going the wrong way. What I'm trying to do is to keep traffic from going the wrong way, to get to these blocks that we're talking about.
Okay.
To make it safe. So you can go up to the north end of town, cross over and get on that one way going south. Does that make sense, guys?
Kind of what we talked about, is maybe having 100 come instead of that one he's calling Bug Lewis, maybe even move it up and incorporate it as part of that access from 100, maybe letting it be a straight across from 100 and come across that way. Maybe we just have to look at it.
Okay.
Maybe making it a tie-in to 100 where, basically if you come out of 100, you need to go up 300. You're going to have to come all the way into town and across the Wheat to get up to turn left.
Right.
Going the other way, you had the turnaround up there, but it'd be the same way. You'd have to, it would be a street across, basically make it a two-way street across there. Somehow, we just have to look at it.
Okay.
That was what we want us thinking, maybe we just have to look at where we want to incorporate them or not.
One or both of them, or whatever we come up with that. Is that right, Arnie?
Yeah.
Does that make sense to you guys?
Yeah.
And I believe we might have the money to do it with. Question mark?
Yes, sir. You do, I budgeted
You
extra
said
money.
that kind of soft.
No, I always budget extra money because you
No.
always surprise me. Not soft, you always surprise me with road projects, so there's money.
Okay. All right. Thank you. So if you would, Commissioners, entertain a motion to approve getting a proposal, change order proposal from LCA and Hamilton Construction for this paving of these streets.
I'll make a motion to do the proposal.
You make the motion? Well, I'll second it. A motion by Commissioner Hopper. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed?
The second.
Yeah. Next item is to spread on the minutes performance contract with Bob Livingston Productions. Who is Bob Livingston?
Mr. Alex and Tom, little concert.
Oh, yeah, I saw that flower out there on the bench. Okay. So let's spread that on the minutes. Hey. Did we cover it all? Okay, if there's not any other business to come before the court, we'll stand adjourned. Thank you, Commissioners. Thank you, audience.